Hey everyone, just letting you know, the Marvelite is made possible by you guys, and if you want to help us succeed and listen to the full, unedited show, head on over to our SoundCloud page, man. Along with our regular weekly podcast, we've got some exclusive content heading your way only on SoundCloud. So support the show, take us on the go, and follow us at soundcloud.com/HyperNetworkYT. Up next, a pretty sweet clip from our latest episode. Check it out.
What's going on, everybody? It's Will, hosting this week for the Marvelite podcast. Here with me, stop
Marvelite.
Stop having fun.
I missed that.
You missed it?
90% of the when we had the podcast host King's Moot. That's why I backed Will, was just to hear Marvelite. Also the transitions, which I'm ready for. I'm sure they're going to be spectacular.
Well, if you can't already tell, with me this week we have CJ.
Yeah.
We have Nick, the laughing hyena,
Yep.
and my regular co-host Luke. Sadly, Michael isn't with us this week because he has a life.
They called me in. They pulled me off
He has
a
a
beach.
life? You mean he has a lot of Overwatch to play?
That's true.
Or that.
Could be.
He has a channel.
Could be.
He has a channel as well.
I'm taking him at his word, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I love you, Michael.
Yeah, how are
But,
you guys doing on this illustrious evening?
How's everybody doing this week?
Well, I'm on vacation, and so this is like the one video you're going to see me on this week, except for maybe
No, you're going to hear you on.
You're right. You
don't watch podcasts with your
I
ears?
watch them with my eyeballs. And
Oh,
my,
no,
and
but
my earballs.
That one commenter a few weeks ago, I believe she said the only way that I listen to a podcast is by watching it. That was hilarious.
Thank you.
So thank you for that. That actually made my day. That was the best comment I've seen on the channel so far.
That's gonna be like my one piece of evidence. I'm just gonna screenshot that, and like every time Nick messages me while he's editing the podcast and goes, "For God's sakes, stop saying thanks for watching because nobody's watching this." I'm gonna just throw that up there. It's like there's one person.
I mean, if we edited it to put photos in there, I guess technically you could watch it.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the way we've got it set up right now. But
yeah, but
oh, well.
funny story. Actually, Luke, how are you doing today?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fantastic. I had a great 4th of July weekend. It was filled with so much food and a little bit of alcohol and a little bit of some other stuff.
And girls and... Oh, no?
There was girls, there was guys, there was a lot of dogs, a lot of children.
You cishet scum. How dare you exclude...
Can't gender those kids.
Please.
That's
For the love of God, don't take that out of
girl.
context.
Okay.
Oh
what
my
about
God.
you, Nick?
It's been for me, it's been kind of a slow weekend. I didn't really do a ton for 4th of July. I just kind of hung out and kept it cool. But I don't know. It's been warm here and stuff. Just getting ready for Comic-Con, I guess. So
Yeah,
Nice.
California.
Can
you
I
have
ask
been a
a
couple
question?
Yeah,
If
ask
I'm
a
roasting someone and I want to be politically correct, do I have to say instead of just going boy, do I have to go gender pronoun of your choice?
Yeah, just be preferred pronoun.
Preferred pronoun.
They just be oh, he, him. Boy,
Boy. Oh, that's
There's
that
actually a
Aaron
vine
tuning
about
vine.
Yeah,
Yes.
but
Fast forward, the year is 2024. Phase 6 announced. Anna Kendrick Squirrel Girl movie.
You realize that 2024, though, that won't even be Phase 5. We'll just be getting to the end of Phase 4 at that point.
That's true. But I mean,
oh shit.
I'm just planning ahead.
I know.
Playing the long game.
dude, I don't
Mr.
want to
Murdoch.
know about Phase 5 or 6 right now.
I do. Give me my Young Avengers movie.
Luca brought up an interesting point. Will they have any villains left by Phase 5?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to see any movies anymore. I don't like any of these comic movies.
Nick's
I
done.
know,
Honestly, I
because
think Batman v Superman broke. It just shattered your spirit. It did, because I remember you were so excited for that movie, and that's why I was genuinely shocked when you told me to lower my expectations. I was like, oh damn.
Nick was literally the most hyped person I had seen and that I knew about Batman v Superman. And when he came to me and was like, dude, it's not good.
We were like,
I was like, oh my god.
It's really not.
Nick had his dreams
Like,
crushed.
people-
Because there was no way that I could ever thought, like, in a million years that Nick would had his like hopes just completely crushed about that.
That's
film.
why, like, the biggest thing for me, like, what people really don't understand, and if you're watching this, and, like, I mean, I doubt anybody's listening to a Marvel podcast that was commenting on that Ultimate Edition review, but, I mean, if you're watching this and you were shitting on that Ultimate Edition review,
I thought we stopped talking about that movie.
believe me, there is, like, nobody that wanted to like that movie more. And it couldn't happen. But, so that's why, like, I honestly trust Nick's opinion on that movie way more than anyone else's. But, you know, it's a Marvel podcast, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, after
the
the
Marvel
BVS
podcast,
commentary, I give it like a 3 now. Actually, I just can't.
No,
I can't
well,
watch that movie ever
yeah,
again.
The topic of discussion now. Well, speaking of white people,
Ooh.
Thor 3 started filming.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And that's a movie that
Yeah,
I might actually... Well, I mean, I'm not going to get an extra role in it now, but, I mean, if I wanted to, I probably could.
Hey, you probably have a better chance
I
of
probably-
playing as Guardian.
like, they
But
keep
I mean,
breaking
Valkyrie's
news.
black now, so anything is
There
possible.
you go.
Wait, where is
We'll
that?
go
filming?
into
I think it's...
yeah. Where is it filming?
all I know is there's a roller
Thor
coaster in the
Ragnarok
background.
is filming in Australia.
Ah,
Oh,
I thought it was
Yeah.
in New
y'all
Zealand.
have a chance.
No, it's not
New
New
Zealand?
Zealand.
News Island.
However, that is where the holy Taika Waititi is from.
Oh yes, Base
Yes.
God. I like. Hey, did you say holy just because of the picture that I've got up
I
right
did,
now?
I did, because I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, that needs
Oh
to
my
go in the
God.
thumbnail.
That is going to be in the thumbnail. Just. Which means that we better start talking about some actual real shit for this Thor Ragnarok segment.
Yeah, I mean, what are your
Okay.
expectations for the film?
Okay.
You think it's going to be good? Luke, you have the strongest.
Yeah, Luke, you actually do have
Let's
some
start
strong
with you.
feelings. I want to see if your feelings about Ragnarok have changed now that you've got a little bit more of an idea of who Taika Waititi is
well,
as
yeah.
a person.
Yeah, so absolutely. So
And-
you guys know who like if you guys have been listening for the last couple of months, I've definitely expressed my opinions on how sad I actually was about Marvel really changing the original script from what it was going to be like 3 years ago. It seems like they had a much different vision and idea and path they were going to take for Thor Ragnarok. It seemed more streamlined, like it was going to be actually more of Thor Ragnarok. Now, Thor Ragnarok seems like it's going to be an amalgamation of a couple different stories put together. So it's not just solely going to be about Ragnarok. There's also going to be elements of Planet Hulk, and there's going to be other themes in there as well. So I was really actually upset about that for the longest time. I think I have changed my opinion. I actually think now, the more and more I think about it, I think that this is potentially going to be the best Thor, like out of the trilogy. And I'm real.
That's not hard to do.
That's what I'm hoping for. Honestly, I mean, given the director, it's like I told CJ a little bit ago. I think that this is probably like the best casting for a director that Marvel's done so far.
The best choice they've gotten. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best choice. If you look at his track record, hell, just look at his tweets, what he tweets out every day. It's like the funniest thing ever. Like, this guy is seriously talented. I think the most popular thing that he's done that people would know is What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh yes.
He
Great film.
wrote, produced, starred in, and directed the film. So, it was kind of a DIY project for him. So.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think it's definitely maybe, and what's funny is Will kind of beat me to the punch by saying it's not hard to do, and I say that as a really big fan of Thor 1. I enjoy Thor 1 a lot. I mean, some elements more than others. I feel like Kenneth Branagh was a ridiculously inspired choice for the actual like Norse aspects of it, because that is so Shakespearean and it fits him very well. Kenneth Branagh, of course, maybe one of the greatest Shakespearean actors in the modern times that we really know about. I was going to say maybe one of the best ever, but we really don't know too much about Shakespearean actors back in the day. But just a really inspired choice for that aspect of the movie. And then they kind of doubled down on the comedy aspects of the first movie in the second one, and hopefully they've learned that was one of the weaker parts. And it's the hiring of Taika Waititi tells you that it's going to be a funny movie, but hopefully more organically funny and not just like cat demos.
Absolutely. I think going back to the first film for just a second, I think that if it was Kenneth, if he had his way and had complete creative control, I don't think that a lot of those quippy, comedy elements would have been in the film as much as they were. I think that stuff was honestly added just to add some levity to the story, because that story was very much Shakespearean. And I honestly loved all of those Shakespearean elements of that film. It was fantastic. I think that Thor, the first Thor movie was a solid film. I would have wanted to see more Asgard and to see more of the cosmic elements of that movie, but for the story they told, I felt like it was good. I just feel like he didn't have complete creative control, and the studio for some reason had to add some levity to it. And we got those added scenes where, I mean, don't get me wrong, like some of those scenes I thought were great. When he's in the cafe and he's drinking the coffee and then he throws the coffee mug. That was good. That was really good.
Or going into the pet shop.
Yeah,
I need a horse. Yeah. It's like we only have.
I still think
cats,
Cat Dennis is funny in
dogs.
all movies.
Give me one of those big enough to ride.
Now, see, it's interesting because Thor is just like that in the comics. In the cinematic universe, they really changed his character very quickly. You see, by the time the Avengers rolls around, he's pretty much accustomed to Earth's societies. And then you get to the Dark World, and then you get to Age of Ultron. He's not really like that, like he was in the first movie, and I kind of miss that. I really like that Thor who's just completely oblivious to Earth's customs, and I would actually like to see that version of Thor again. I just don't know if they're ever going to go back to that.
Well, I mean, as long as they stay away from Earth in the third movie, I think we don't need to see that.
Oh, if Earth is going to be in the movie, it needs to be like literally only 5 minutes. Seriously.
It needs to be him leaving or him returning at the end.
Well, to be honest with you, I think that they're definitely going to show Earth in the third movie, but I don't think it's going to tell Thor's story. It's going to tell Bruce Banner's story and how he gets to space, because I don't think that they're just going to show the Hulk in space, or not even in space, but just on another planet. I think they're going to show Banner how he gets there. I don't think that they're not going to go the route. I don't think humans sent him off. I truly think, my speculation is that the Grand Master is going to find the Hulk on Earth, and he's going to kidnap him and throw him in this galactic fighting pit.
Nick, did you have any comments on Thor 3 starting filming?
Yeah, Nick, let's hear your opinion.
I have no interest in this movie, so yeah.
Keeping it real.
Indeed.
So. And ironically, it releases the day of my birthday that year, so... Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I don't know if this should be a good time to announce, but I guess some of us actually are going to New York Comic Con this year. So
some of us are going to SDCC.
Yeah, that's true. And some of us are also going to Kamikaze this year as well in LA in October. So if any of you guys are going to be at any of those, I guess try to contact us and we'll try to hook up with you guys and hang out. So I guess just be looking forward to more information on that. We'll discuss more of this in the future. As time goes on, so and we get closer to those dates of those Comic-Cons happening. So.
Yes.
But until then, I guess if you guys like this, subscribe and just comment.
Leave us questions, because we'll have that question and answer and all that shit we'll do it for the last couple ones.
Yeah,
yes,
follow
absolutely.
us on SoundCloud too.
Yes.
Absolutely. Please follow us on SoundCloud.
Listen with your magnificent earlobes and share it. Share these podcasts if you really like them to all your other nerdy friends, comic listening friends, just Marvel fans in general.
Also, we have a Patreon. If you guys would feel so inclined to go and donate to that and support us, that would be much, much appreciated, because we are all broke.
Yeah, there's a Patreon thing. If you sign up for the $500 tier, I will fly you out to California and take you around the studios, man. We'll hang out.
Shit,
right?
Dude, and then we can use that money to get a PS4 so Press Play can do Spider-Man next year.
You mean Will can do Spider-Man next year?
I wish I had the technology for that. I'd love to. Yeah, let's close out. So this is Marvelite podcast. I say it differently. You say it otherwise. With me, your host Will, and with me I have Luke.
Yo.
And Nick.
Yep.
Yo.
Yep.
So, all right.
Yep.
Good
Oh
night.
no,
and
seriously.
Godspeed, everybody.
I guess we'll just catch you guys next week.
Yeah,
As
we'll
always,
catch you guys next week. See you. Bye.
Yeah, it's been a
Later,
pleasure.
guys.